So welcome to another video from PlayersAid.com. My name's Alexander.
And I'm Grant.
And today,
It's revenge time.
It's revenge time.
It is revenge. Sweet revenge.
It is Smash, Marry, Kill, Tokyo Drift. Part 2, the second chapter,
Whatever
Nuevo, whatever you want it to be. So if you haven't watched that video, I'll put a link to it below, but you can go back in time using YouTube, and I ambushed Grant with a stupid game, forced him in to make some decisions about some games that he really liked.
It was actually really fun.
Yeah, so
it got me to thinking quite a bit, and anytime the old thinking cap goes on, it feels pretty good.
yes. So Smash, Marry, Kill is a stupid game. You've probably played it, but here at the Players Aid, we're going to do, would you replay the war game? Would you redesign the war game, or would you resell the war game? I had a fun time presenting you with those.
Sure. And I had equally as fun time researching these games so that I could punish you.
Yes.
And make you squirm. And sweat.
Grant has the host microphone. And he has a Players Aid cup, which you can buy from Teespring, also linked below.
And one thing I would say about this game is it's very solo friendly.
Very solo friendly.
It's chit pull, so...
Although, I don't know if just sitting in your house pulling paper out of a cup
would be the same.
And then being like, ooh, what would I do? I know that's every solo war game, now that I've said that out loud, but at least we have a map with those.
Sure, and some counters.
Yeah.
Here you've got nothing.
You've got nothing.
Literally 15 slips of paper.
You're just hurting yourself with mental exercises, and good for you if you do it, so...
And I have the game show host microphone. We don't use these often or whip it out very often, but...
No, these are mostly for, like, when we do, like, interviews on the road and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're fun. It feels...
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not going to sing the rest of that because we don't have the rights to that.
Maybe we need to come up with a theme song for this. Like, we could make a theme song. That'd be kind of fun.
Yes.
Someone out there, write a theme song.
You guys write the lyrics, and we'll come up with a bop to go with it.
Anyway, all right, so, once again, the ground rules. I have selected 15 games that I know Alexander likes.
Yes.
Some might say that he adores these games.
Yeah.
That they are his favorite games of all time. And that he will now have to think about which of the 3 games that he's going to pull. There are, once again, 15. We're going to do this 5 rounds.
Yeah, so you pick
3 games. 1 you're going to replay.
Yeah.
1 you're going to redesign. So you're going to tell the designer of that game they suck, and that you're going to have to redo it because it wasn't that great. That's not what you're saying, really. And then the third choice is to resell or just sell.
Yeah, to get rid of it. To
try to keep the R alliteration, we had to come up with that one.
Yes. Okay.
So...
I'm nervous already,
I
honestly.
know.
I'm like, my palms are sweaty.
And I promise you, there's no booby traps inside the chit pull cup.
Okay.
So if you want to go ahead and reach your grubby English hand in there, pull out one at a time.
One at a time. Okay.
You're going to read it out loud.
Oh, these are quite long. Okay. This is the first one.
Yes. Because I thought I was going to be reading them, and I didn't want to have to put my glasses
on.
on.
No, it's totally fine. So first one is Labyrinth, The War on Terror from GMT Games. Famously my favorite game of all time.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay.
The drama already starts.
Yeah, so all the rest of these are probably not... It's not going to go well.
Well, I felt the same way, right? It's a no-win. It is literally... What is it?
There's fire in the lake. That's already happened.
This reminds me of the one where I drew Fire in the Lake, I think Empire of the Sun, and...
I don't want to pull it off.
But this game truly is, I believe, akin to the Kobayashi Maru
this is unwinnable.
It is unwinnable. But somehow you're going to figure out how
Whatever this next one is getting dropped, unfortunately.
Well, don't say that.
It's Pendragon. So the problem is we've got 2...
My plan has worked perfectly.
These are all GMTs, and 2 of them are coin games.
And I love these games equally as well as you do. Pendragon, I know, is one of your favorite games.
It's so
One of your favorite coin games of all time. Fire in the Lake also is one of your favorites.
Yeah.
There's blood coming out of your pores. I don't know if that's a good sign or bad.
Isn't this terrible?
It is.
Okay.
And I'm really enjoying
Oh, I don't like this game.
Yeah.
I don't like what I've done.
Cut the camera.
This is I don't like it. Okay.
I could have put some really bad games in there, and that would have made it really easy.
It would have.
But
or you pull all the bad games, and then all the good games in a different slot.
Sure.
Okay. Okay.
And remember, you kind of got to give a little, like talk out loud, right?
I got to think about this
part that was good.
So, here's where we're starting. I believe that I'm going to replay Fire in the Lake.
Fair.
And I'm going to, because we do. The Fire in the Lake gets more, like, I play this more often than both of these other two. And as such, like, I would have to keep it and play it more. We take it to every convention. We play it at every convention.
What game would we possibly take and play at these conventions? I just don't know what would fill the gap.
It would have to be a different coin game, because you can you can do whatever you want with them, long or short, and then they can seat 4 people. That's great. That's a really good convention game. And we play Fire in the Lake more than we do.
We just played it with 2 new players at Buckeye Game Fest.
And we'll take it to WBC and we'll play it there
By the way, I will tell you that there is a 1-star review on this game that I wholly disagree with on Board Game. So I disagreed enough to throw an obscenity out there.
There's
an obscene gesture.
Okay. Then I've got to redesign Labyrinth.
Ugh. Sorry, Volko.
Labyrinth is my favorite game of all time, but we also haven't played it in a while. Hence, I picked Fire in the Lake, because I know that we just play it more.
Yeah.
And I hate that. So I'm going to redesign Labyrinth. How I'm going to do that, I don't know.
How do you redesign perfection?
I would redesign the map artwork so it looks slightly nicer. That's what we're going with.
Okay.
Or it would be, hey, we're going to wait for the 5 years, and I'll redesign the next expansion that comes out.
There you go. I think that's the way I answered this
that's a cop-out.
Yeah, that's
what you're getting from me. And unfortunately, that means I'm going to have to resell Pendragon.
Ugh.
And that sucks, because I love Pendragon. Yeah, Pendragon's incredible.
It is really a good game.
It's harder to get to the table, though, because it is a magnitude... order of magnitude more complex than most of the other coin games, even Fire in the Lake. And so...
It has even a subroutine for combat and storming the
which is funny,
outposts.
Because I don't like the subroutine for combat and losses in Falling Sky, but for some reason I can stand it in this game.
Yeah.
And I can't explain it. But I love Pendragon. Unfortunately, I've got to have to resell it.
Okay. So
I'm very sorry.
To rephrase, you're going to replay Fire in the Lake.
Yes.
Our favorite coin series game, I believe both of us.
I'm just going to play it more.
Yeah.
I do.
It's just so good.
I'm going to redesign Labyrinth. And I'm
in what way, we don't know.
And I'm going to resell Pendragon.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
I actually am glad those came out first, because I knew those would be really challenging.
I feel like...
Oh, there's worse ones in here, though.
How can it be worse than that?
I guarantee you'll know it when you pull it.
The thing is with those 3, those are prize winners in any given... If they were in separate ones, that's hard to...
No doubt.
Okay.
Yeah, if those were pulled in separate draws, my guess is almost all 3 of those would be a replay.
Easily, yes. So, next round, the first one is... Oh, man. It is Armageddon War from Flying Pig Games.
Yes.
And I was very recently and very publicly lobbying Mark to reprint this and to make more of these.
And that is a game that I think we both loved when we played it.
Armageddon War is so good.
Yeah.
And deeply underrated.
Yes.
Okay.
One of the more unique war games out there as well, with that continual activation continua.
Yes, it's so good.
Turns never really end, normally.
Okay, this is Pacific Victory, 2nd edition from Columbia Games.
And I think this one might be easier, but I know you love that game.
I just love that game.
And we enjoyed that game significantly.
It's just fun. And eminently playable.
Cool block war game.
That's tough.
There's not a lot of block war games out there.
No.
It's hard to get rid of one like that.
This is Unconditional Surrender.
Yep.
From GMT Games.
We just spent about 20 hours
but
playing
we just invested a ton of time in playing.
Yep. And to be honest, I will now say I completely 100% understand what you like about that game,
yes.
why you like it, and why you have become so
yes.
Enthralled with it. It was fantastic.
Okay.
So Armageddon War from Flying Pig, Pacific Victory 2nd Edition from Columbia, Unconditional Surrender from GMT. By the way, I wanted a side note while you're thinking.
Yeah.
I came home and I P500'd the second printing of Unconditional Surrender.
It's hard not to. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
We only have 15 minutes for the space. We only rented it for a short period of time.
Armageddon War, I'm going to replay.
Wow. I am really shocked.
That is...
I'm really shocked.
I loved playing that game. The mechanisms in that game and the way that those portrayed and conveyed the flow of battle was so good. It was very organic that a lot of games aren't, where they're like, hey, it's your action phases, and then we're done, and then we have a cleanup phase. That's not how combat works. And Armageddon War has this rolling activation and rolling recovery. It's so good.
And I love the administrative markers in that game.
Yeah, they're little,
cool.
pentagons, and they'll stick out on the side of flags.
They don't cover up the counters.
No,
they can still see the values of the counters.
Oh.
And I still don't know why Mark Walker hasn't done more of that. But he forgot how good it was.
I'm gonna replay Armageddon War.
I'm truly shocked,
and I'm gonna say that because I think I'm gonna redesign Unconditional Surrender.
Okay.
And I say that because when we played it, for example, I had custom play aids and all these other bits and pieces, a lot of administrative stuff that you could tighten up from the base game, and figure out a way to make all of the different conditional events, like the Mediterranean crisis and the Northern War, all of these little exceptions that are a significant portion of the game that, again, I've got custom blades for, and they're in the playbook, to figure out a way to put those on the map or to make those easier to react to. I think that's what I would do. And unfortunately, I've got to resell Pacific Victory 2nd Edition from Columbia, which sucks, because I loved that game too.
Yeah.
That will never leave my shelf. It's just fun. And it's this big, bombastic beer and pretzels block war game. And we played it all day, and it was so good. Unfortunately, I have to resell. So
I also really loved the Chinese forces in that one. I actually felt like they had a shot.
Yeah, they were doing something.
Yeah. So a lot of those games we played, the Chinese are just
an afterthought.
They're just speed bumps.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so once again, replay Armageddon War, redesign Unconditional Surrender, resell Pacific Victory.
All right.
That's what we're doing.
I feel like that was tough. I'm surprised. I'm shocked that you...
Yes, I think a lot of people might be shocked by that.
I'm a little shocked. I agree with you. Armageddon War is choice.
It's very good.
Very choice.
Okay, next round. We have... Oh, no. RAF, The Battle of Britain from Decision Games.
One of your favorite games that I know you would never part with.
No.
You also
will never leave the shelf.
Play that again and again and again.
Yes.
No matter what. We've played it together even in the cooperative mode.
We played 2-player. You played as the Germans.
Oh, right. That's what I meant. We played. Yes. I played the Germans. You played the British.
Next one is Red Alert Space Fleet Warfare from PSC Games.
This might have been I let you off a little easy, but I know you love this game.
I do. I love it so much. I painted all of the spaceships for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's command and colors. So what's not?
It's commands and colors in space with lasers.
Yes. Big toys.
You can't sell me on a bit.
No.
I knew I was going to pull this. I knew this was in here. This is Fields of Fire from GMT Games.
And I'm glad they came out in that order because that's a really tough choice for you. I can tell you what you're going to do, but I won't spoil it.
Yes, I am going to I'm going to... Crap. I'm going to replay Fields of Fire.
Okay.
I'm going to replay Fields of Fire because they've already redesigned it, basically.
Sure.
With all the new rule sets and all the expansions coming out.
Okay.
So I'm just going to straight replay it, because they've done all the And then I'm going to redesign Battle of Britain. I'm going to redesign RAF.
How are you going to redesign?
Specifically, I'm going to redesign the two-player aspect of it. Because whilst the two-player aspect of it was really fun, especially when we played it, I had a good time with it. RAF is not a short game.
It is not.
And the beauty of RAF is over the course of the campaign. You need to play it a lot.
The attritional aspect.
Yeah, it's the campaign arc, the attrition, getting your guys back. It's really good. But as a two-player, it takes twice as long, and it's really long. Like that, and so it's harder to get through that two-player. And if there was a way to tighten that up or shorten that for two-player, it would really come into its own. Because RAF is frankly known as a solo game.
Right.
No one actually plays it two-player.
The two-player is kind of a...
And so I would redesign that, give it a zhuzh it up, because it is somewhat... Well, the edition that I have is not great looking as well.
Well, let's be honest, decision games, that's not their forte.
Well, and right? I have an older one, and like all the counters are offset, and so like half the
I have a copy of that on my shelf.
So yeah, I think I would redesign RAF.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the hundreds of hours I've wasted painting these are going to get resold.
Someone's going to get an entire painted game.
Yeah, and good for them. But because it's not just the base game, I've got all the expansions in it too.
I think you even have a promo card or two, or a promo ship or something.
Yes.
We got it actually from
Richard at Gen Con a few years ago.
5 years ago.
I love Red Alert so much. Unfortunately, it can't stand up to these two, which are like they're just so tough. Dear to my heart.
It's also interesting that those two solo games came out. There is one other solo game in the mix.
I'm annoyed that they did.
Yeah. But they both came up,
yes.
and I mixed those pretty good.
So I'm going to replay Fields of Fire, I'm redesigning RAF, and I'm reselling my fully painted Red Alert Space Fleet Warfare.
Hundreds of hours. So can I point out one thing?
Yes.
I think we're picking on Mr. Butterfield.
Are we?
Yeah, because you just said you would redesign RAF, one of his finest accomplishments.
Yeah.
And I think we both said that we felt Kharkov, Enemy Action Kharkov, was
that's not in this though.
A solo game that just had the two-player mode tacked on. So,
yes.
Great game. Cool game.
Yes.
Cool mechanics. Anyway.
Okay. Next round.
You need to dab your forehead.
I do. I need to eat. I'm not feeling well.
Not feeling well.
This is not good for my health.
A bunch of more games and things to do tonight, so
hang
in there.
Oh, I was not expecting this. Okay. So this is Giant Killer Robots, Heavy Hitters from Weta Workshops. I don't know if you can see this on camera. That's this right here that sits on my shelf.
The reason I picked that, I'm going to go into a little bit of a diatribe here. The reason we picked that is we talked about that so much before it came out.
Yes.
We played a similar style prototype game at Gen Con. We got it, and you were so excited about the buildings, and all the cool little stickers, and the cool-looking robot minis. Then we played it 4-player with our brother-in-law and father-in-law, and had such a great time. And since then, we've played it 3 or 4 other times, and you've played that with a bunch of other people.
It's
I know you love it.
I do.
Not a traditional war game.
No, this is it has hexes.
It has hexes, but it's a
this is
Ameritrash dice rolling
tactical miniatures game.
It's fun. Though.
It's so fun.
I wanted to make you sweat on that one.
And it's also incredibly expensive and also very hard to come by.
Yeah.
Okay. So next up we have Here I Stand from GMT Games.
Let's see if you pull the Virgin Queen that's in there.
Oh, that's mean-spirited. I don't like that.
You did it to me. You doubled them up.
I pulled Empire of the Sun.
I think this is a pretty hard choice.
Oh, no.
I think GKR, I think I know what you're going to do with that one, but I don't know what you're going to do with the other two.
But here's the thing, with GKR, I can sell it and make enough money to buy all the other games that I've resold.
Good point.
Oh, no.
But you would never get to play those cool smash-em-up robots. I know. With those cool buildings that you tag and get extra points. So fun.
I have to replay Here I Stand.
Okay. Even though we've played it 3 or 4 times and... We've done the full 6-player experience.
And we will continue to do so. And I will stand... It is my favorite multiplayer war game. I love it so much. Like, if you were like, surprise, I've got 4 people in town tomorrow to play, I would cancel all my plans and play it. I love Here I Stand. So I'm replaying that game.
We have a short that proves that as well.
Yes.
Yeah, where you use the digital voice. Please don't ever use the digital voice again.
Okay. How am I going to redesign Empire of the Sun?
I mean, are you going to sell Empire of the Sun?
Maybe.
Remember, I have a copy on my shelf as well.
And
an unplayed copy, but I have a copy.
And I think that might seal the deal.
Maybe I shouldn't have told you that.
No, but that's what I was thinking about. And also, like, they'll have another B500 soon, of the 17th printing. But you're never going to... Okay. I apologize for what I'm about to do to the wargame community. However, I am going to redesign giant killer robots.
Ooh.
And I'm going to resell Empire of the Sun.
This just got spicy.
I'm not really sure how I can justify that, other than, like...
Other than you were faced with an unwinnable decision.
That's not a... I've played Giant Killer Robots more recently, and it's more likely that I will play it again soon.
Empire of the Sun is so fantastic, but it's a big war game.
It's big.
So big.
It's hard to get war gamers to play it and learn it, because it is very complicated. It requires a significant amount of dedication. And I do love it immensely, but I would also know that you have a copy, which is cheating. And hopefully you didn't resell it in your one.
Nope.
Because then we both got
Nope, I did not resell it.
Oh, that feels bad. I don't like that.
I'm going to call Mark.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll turn myself in.
Yep.
I'll take the cuffs. So I'm going to replay Here I Stand. I'm going to redesign Giant Killer Robots. And I'm going to resell Empire of the Sun.
Yikes.
I'm very sorry.
All right.
So this is it. This is the last one. There's no real choices. Is this the last one? Yes.
Yep, this is it.
Okay.
There's only 3 more games in there.
Okay. Okay.
And I think there's a couple in there that are absolutely amazing.
Oh, no. This is Warfighter World War II from DBG.
And I would say World War II covers everything.
That's my ammo crate with everything in it.
North Africa.
That's fair.
Everything.
That's fair.
Right? Pacific, everything. It's not just because we have just the World War II.
Yeah.
This is all those. All 5 of those.
Okay. Then
not the Special Forces one, though.
Well, that wasn't World War II.
No.
That was Brotherhood and Unity from Compass Games.
I know you liked that game. Yeah. Probably not as much as I did.
It was extremely good. Okay.
We saw it being played at Buckeye Game Fest.
Yes.
And I almost wanted to go over there and sit down.
So is this...
But we had other plans.
Oh, it's Holland 44.
Yeah, I feel like these came out in a bad order.
Okay.
This is probably the easiest of the 5 groups, I think.
I think I've got to play Holland 44. I love Holland 44. I know that's...
Wow.
Holland 44 is so good.
It is.
The best of the 40X system.
And you know what's funny about that? Because a lot of people say it's broken.
Sure.
They say that the Allies can't win. And I'm like...
Here's the thing.
They can.
Even if they can't.
It's great.
I don't care.
I know. I agree. 100%.
Because if they can't win, then it's historical.
Yeah.
And we had a great time reenacting the movie A Bridge Too Far.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I love that game. It is so good. It is very difficult, but operationally speaking, it was one of our first, like, big operational games that we played start to finish, and I understood what I should have been doing.
Yeah.
Partly because I know a little bit about the history about that. We've all watched the movie. I know what's supposed to happen. But that game is a game that I would recommend to a lot of war gamers who like maybe want to take a step into something a little bit bigger because what your objectives are very obvious.
Yeah.
And they are outlined for you, and it's like, drive up here, like, relieve all the paratroopers and get here. And so there is...
And hold the bridge.
There is great direction to that game, so you can focus on the tactics and the minutiae and then making it work. And that's a huge credit to Holland 44. I love it. So I'm going to replay Holland 44.
Okay. I stand by that. I do. I just don't know what you're going to do with this one you got in your hand. I have no idea what you're going to do with that one.
Well, I'm gonna redesign Warfighter World War II.
That's fair.
Because it could always use a better rulebook. The rulebook is 100 pages. Yeah, it covers 5 different lines of games, but like referencing it can be something of a beast, and there's still some like lack of clarity in some of it. But we've gone through so many iterations of the rules with the different ones that we've played. I'm very comfortable with that game and I know what I'm doing in it. But recommended it to new people where they like get the starter kit and it's got a 100-page rulebook and you're like, I swear it's not as bad as it seems.
I'm trying to think how many people have emailed us and been like, man, I know you guys like this game, but I can't get it, or I don't understand this part.
Yeah, right. We had an email exchange with someone who was asking us about like what are actually like the pretty simple like core rules of it, but gleaning it from the rulebook can be a challenge.
Yeah.
So I would redesign that for the ease of use of everyone, because I love Warfighter World War II so much. It's a great narrative, it's great solo, it's great co-op. It offers you something very different in your collection from everything else that you have.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that means I have to resell Brotherhood and Unity, which is a crying shame.
That's a great game.
I mean, it's
unique.
So good. Totally, like, how many games are there on that conflict?
I'm not sure there's any, really.
There probably are, and they're probably all, like, half-baked magazine hex and counter war games.
Sure.
Or they're, like, super deep, rich games from small companies. But, like, this was pretty mainstream, pretty easy to pick up, and it was a 3-player point-to-point war game.
Yeah.
Not a lot of those out there, and it was a really satisfying experience, even at 2 players.
Yep.
But would still love to get 3 players going with it to see those dynamics go on.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a lot.
Well, you made it through.
That was not fun. I didn't like that. I don't want to do that ever again.
Well, I'm sure we could
And
do round 2 of each of us. Oh, what would really be kind of cool now is to take what you said you would redesign and resell, throw those back in the cup, and do it again. How many would that be? That'd be 10.
Yeah, so you'd get 3 rounds out of that and then 1 spare. Oh man, that would be very interesting.
It would make it harder and harder and harder.
Or you take like the top ones and redo those.
Right.
Oh, that's painful.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was I didn't like that. That was not fun.
Well, it was funny because when I was putting it together, I obviously there were some games like Labyrinth, Empire of the Sun, Fire in the Lake, Unconditional Surrender. Those were no doubters for me.
Yeah, like that's going in. Yeah, I love those.
But then kind of the second tier of games that when I thought of Warfighter, I'm like, ooh, that's going to be really cool. And Pacific Victory and Pendragon.
Those.
And I mean, because I know you just enjoy those so very much.
Frankly, you could have put like any of the major coin games on there, and
Yeah.
Yes.
But there we have it. Smash, Marry, Kill, War Game Edition. Right?
Yes. You should do this yourself.
You should. Not by yourself, but do it yourself with someone else.
Just do this as a fun experiment before your war games or whatever you're doing with your gaming groups. That was, I gotta lie down, honestly. That was intense.
I enjoyed the process of kind of thinking, kind of in your mind, prioritizing what you really truly like and why.
Well, and then some of it's like, those choices are very interesting. Of like, because I would keep all of these in my collection. I own all of them. I do keep them in my collection. But like, what do you prioritize over what? How much of it is like, this is amazing, but also this one is just like really fun?
Yeah.
And that is like a merit to it, or is this a solo game? I know I'm going to get to it. Like that first one with Fire in the Lake, I know I'm going to get that played way more than pretty much all the other of these games. Like,
well, I'm trying to think
of the most.
In the past year, we've played Fire in the Lake like 3 times, I think.
Yeah, which for us is a lot, especially for big war games with lots of people in them.
Yeah.
But we play it typically at least once every convention.
Yep.
And I can't pass that up.
No.
It's my favorite calling game. I love it. Oh, man. Okay.
All right.
That was something.
So Smash, Marry, Kill, Alexander's Choices.
War Games Edition.
Yeah.
Can't do.
It was fun.
Thank you very much.
Fun putting that together.
For doing that. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm going to go have a drink. Appreciate you tuning in. I'm Alexander for theplaystate.com.
And I'm Sadistic Grant.